Hello, I'm Drew Banks. I'm head of international at Prezi, and I'm responsible for international market expansion, growing into all other markets with the exception of US. The question I'll be talking about is how roles and responsibility emerge and expand and change as a startup grows, and why it's important to be aware of this. When I started with Prezi 4 years ago, I was hired as head of marketing. But when I started, I realized that even though we had over 1 million employees, we didn't have a support organization. But we did have this one guy, Zoli, who had been responsible for building a community and building the social virality of Prezi. And he was a very open, passionate, and curious person who I knew could grow into the head of support. So what I did was contact Zoli and ask him, would you like to take on this additional responsibility? And he gladly accepted. I think that's really important to go into situations of role expansion with curiosity, with passion, with acceptance. You may take on a lot more work, but if you have that passion to solve a problem, it's going to be an exciting opportunity. So I have two suggestions for the expansion of roles within a startup. One is be open to it. Don't let your first response be no. When someone comes to you and says, take on an additional responsibility, analyze it critically. Don't come out with no first and have to be convinced. Come out with yes first and have to be dissuaded. So that's one. Two is don't force your employees to take on more than they can handle. If you ask them to expand their responsibilities, think about what responsibilities you can take away. You don't want to overwhelm them. You want to let those roles grow, but you don't want to let them grow without taking other things away. The one book that I would recommend that's sort of on this subject is called Crossing the Chasm by Geoffrey Moore. And what this book is about is not expanding too fast, too quickly. So while it's important for role expansion, you don't want to just do it if you don't need to. You want to be very careful. And a lot of startups, once they get early adoption, get confused and think it's mass market adoption, and then they grow too quickly. They take on diverse product lines and roles. And what you want to do is be very careful about that. You want to make sure you truly solve the problem of a single market, cross the chasm before you expand too quickly.